It's like, well, Rose is coming up next, and there's a part in her story, and you know when you're watching a movie you've seen a million times, you're like, this is my favorite part. That's what I have. So maybe we can take guesses after, like which one my favorite part is. You're standing, right?
I'm standing.
So I'll move this. Okay. So I didn't write a whole thing, but Rose started this story in July, and instantly, as soon as you shared a version of it, and right away I was like, yeah, this Christmas story thing is going to work, and I'm going to do an event around it. In my head, I was like, maybe this will be a podcast. That is what I originally thought, but then I thought, no, people want to hear these stories, so this will be good. Okay, people listen to my podcast, but anyway. So this is Rose, and her story is called The Christmas Stocking.
Sweat gathers at the back of my neck, trapped under my collar. The crisp early December air required the cozy sweater, but now, inside the mall, it only adds to my discomfort as I wander amongst the busy shoppers. I'm shopping for Christmas gifts for my two boys, age 9 and 6. They believe in the magic of Christmas and have been talking about it for weeks. I was full of dread. It was the first Christmas after my husband died. My life now forever divided into before and after Al died. The festivities and preparations that used to bring me so much joy now only highlighted my grief and served as a constant reminder that everything in my life had changed. So, my mission on this shopping trip was to buy them everything they wanted and anything I thought they would love. As I perused the small novelty items to fill their stockings, I froze. Holy crap, I have to fill my stocking. Al and I had always filled each other's stockings under the guise that Santa filled stockings for everyone in the family. I felt like the air had been punched from my gut. How did I forget this? I'm going to ruin their Christmas if I don't get myself together. I need different wrapping paper and labels for Santa gifts. On Christmas Eve, I'll be doing this all by myself. What will the boys leave out for Santa and the reindeer? Everything I had been avoiding smacked me in the face. I have to do this. I can do this. I ended my shopping excursion with a trip to the department store. Despite the annoyance of Christmas songs playing on repeat, I managed to buy some toothpaste, deodorant, and other essentials to fill my stocking so the boys could continue to believe in the magic of Christmas. Christmas Eve, I finally got them settled into bed with the usual warning. Don't come out of your room until your alarm clock says 600. After a few years of being woken up at 4 a.m. to open presents, we had established the 6 a.m. rule. Finally, convinced that they were sound asleep because this was not going to be the year that they learned Santa was really me, I piled presents under the tree and filled the stockings. Then I retreated to my bed, my mind swirling with memories of past Christmases and the responsibility of creating a kind of magic I'm not sure I believed in anymore. My memory of Christmas morning that year is blurry, but I know that the boys would have been at my bedroom door at 6 a.m. They would have brought the stockings and climbed into my bed. After a few snuggles, we would have explored the treasures in our stockings, and I would have an extra 20 minutes before I had to crawl out of bed. This was our Christmas morning tradition. It was the same and yet vastly different. I made it through Christmas Day. 365 days until I had to face that again. Next year, I would be prepared. Throughout the following year, when I found a small stocking size thing that I liked, but wouldn't normally buy for myself, I bought it, took it home, and put it in a bag in my closet. I would not be caught unprepared this year. After all, this was my new reality, life after Al died. The Christmas season knocked the wind out of me again. The shopping and decorating felt like such a chore. However, I had gotten better at playing the game. Christmas morning, when the boys snuggled into my bed to explore the treasures in their stocking, I also had some treasures to explore. Some were even a surprise as I forgot purchasing them. And I was a much better stocking filler than Al ever was. One year, I think he forgot about stockings. He filled my stocking with one slipper, while the other slipper was wrapped under the Christmas tree. He thought it was brilliant and hilarious. How I miss that warped sense of humor. A few years later, during the Christmas season, while I was shopping for gifts, I found myself humming along to the holiday tunes that played ad nauseum over the store's speaker system. I smiled effortlessly. A glimpse of Christmas joy had snuck up on me. Over the years, Christmas changed from grief as the main event with glimpses of joy to joy as the main event with glimpses of grief. Some traditions remained while others evolved. I continued to buy trinkets throughout the year to fill my stocking. It wasn't until many years later when Cassie, Jared's girlfriend and now wife, joined our family that I started to find some unfamiliar treats in my stocking on Christmas morning. Even though it had been many years since my boys believed in Santa Claus, they had never thought about how mom's stocking got filled. And I continued the tradition because I now rather enjoyed having just what I wanted. Unwrapping those little things that I tucked away throughout the year brought me so much joy. These years have taught me that life keeps changing and it's not without its challenges. The boys are growing now and the holidays look different. So do I. But the magic of Christmas, it lives in the small moments, in the laughter, the stillness, and the love that holds us together. Merry Christmas. Know where it is.
Okay, any guesses on my favorite part? Right? I know. That's what we started with too, and I loved it. Rose does a really good job. So really quickly, I know Melissa, you're ready to come on. Anita and Rose have spoken on the main stage before, and Rose told a story. You can listen in the latest podcast episode. We replayed her story. It's also on YouTube. Anyway, and she does such a good job of portraying her husband with how he is, not all about him. You know, like you don't go on and on, but we know exactly what he was like, and we love him. That's the power of storytelling and working through it, right? The other little thing I wanted to share is Marnie Williams. So she spoke on the Mothertelling stage. She's the co-founder of the Hummingbird Center for Hope, which is a charity that we gave back to at the last Mothertelling event, and it's a charity that helps widows with young children still living at home. Rose shared this story on our call, and Marnie is part of the academy, and she said, can I share a copy of that? Like, can I get a copy from you, Courtney, and share it with the widows in the Hummingbird Center for Hope group? And like, that's how powerful sharing your story is, because it's such a beautiful, Rose, you did such a beautiful job of sharing the story and giving hope to people grieving any sort of loss, of like, the grief, it was grief with a little bit of joy, and it became joy with glimpses of grief. However you say it, I probably butchered that. I'm sorry, but it's just, but it comes in the form of a story as opposed to somebody saying, "You'll feel better. It'll get easier," right? We can see that in what you shared. So, thank you.